Good morning, boys and girls. We are now going to start our story about Lola and Tiva. You should have already participated in the discussion where you are talking about what you think the author wanted us to know by writing us this book. What are they trying to teach us in this narrative nonfiction? So we're going to read this story, which is a true story, called Lola and Tiva: An Unlikely Friendship. Before we start reading, we have a few words that you're going to need to know. So we have the word allowed. You guys have probably heard this word before. Maybe someone said to you, you're not allowed to do that. In the story, they use this word as puppies were not allowed. Instead, the people at Lola found Tiva a different kind of friend, a young black rhino named Lola. So puppies were not allowed. So we're thinking she's got a little pet rhino, and it's because she was not able to have a puppy. So when you're not allowed to do something, it means that it's against the rules and you can't do it. Another word is danger, which you've also probably heard before. And it's danger, or doing something dangerous, is when there's something that's not safe. So in this story, they use it like this. When they found her, they brought her to a safe place in Lola that was near Tiva's house. There, Lola would be out of danger. Okay, so they brought her somewhere safe because before, where she was in danger. The last word is protect. They use it in the story saying, without her mother to feed and protect her, Lola was in danger. So to protect means to keep safe, right? Adults often protect children, or children, maybe you're an older brother or sister and you protect your little brother or sister. So you might protect a pet that you have, make sure you keep them safe, keep them out of danger. So those are a few words that I wanted you to know before we begin reading. We are only going to read half this story today and half tomorrow. So listen closely as we read and look for those words we've talked about. There is a very special place in Kenya, Africa, called the Lua Wildlife Conservancy. Lua is a large place where animals roam free and people, called rangers, watch over them. A young girl named Tiva lived there with her family. Her father worked for Lua. So a conservancy is a wildlife conservancy is a place where they can keep animals and they're kind of being watched over and kept safe. Everyone at Lua knew that Tiva had always wanted a puppy, but puppies were not allowed. Instead, the people at Lua found Tiva a different kind of friend, a young black rhino named Lola. Lola seemed to work just as well as a puppy for Tiva. Lola and Tiva became the best of friends. This is their true story. Lola was born at Lua to a mother that was blind. For a couple of days, Lola drank her mother's milk for food and stayed close by. But when she was strong enough to walk, Lola wandered off to another area of Lua. Her mother could not see Lola walking away. Without her mother to feed and protect her, Lola was in danger. So it's really neat. They have real pictures from the true story. So a picture of this wildlife conservancy in Africa where animals roam free. Lola needed food and could become a meal for a lion or another hungry animal. She could not find her mother, and her blind mother could not find her. The rangers who worked at Lua searched for Lola. When they found her, they brought her to a safe place in Lua that was near Tiva's house. There, Lola would be out of danger. Tiva was excited when Lola arrived. She wanted to take care of Lola. Like any baby, Lola needed many things. Most of all, Lola was hungry and needed milk. Tiva learned to feed Lola. Lola drank a bottle 5 times a day. Each day she drank over a gallon. So you're thinking, 5 times a day, you've probably seen a gallon of milk at your house. 5 times a day, she drinks a gallon of milk. Quite a bit. Tiva loved Lola. Lola was a lot like a big puppy. She tried to climb things, she licked things, she smelled things. And Lola begged at the dinner table. That means she begged for food. She wanted to eat some of the food that the people were eating. Like most pets, Lola never posed when Tiva tried to take pictures. She wanted to nap. but Lola did like for Tiva to pet her between the ears. So boys and girls, this is where we're going to stop. Since we've read half of the story, now keep thinking about why you think the author might have written this story. What should we learn? What could we learn from this story? What's a message we could really take away from what we've read so far? So be thinking about that. Keep your ideas in your mind. And we're going to pick this up tomorrow as we read the next of the story, or the rest of the story, sorry, to see what happens next for Lola and Tiva.